What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. Today we are upgrading our internet in our RV. We bought a 2021 Grand Design Momentum 399 THR, which comes with the Winegard 360 on top. However, it doesn't come with the gateway router that you need to actually access the internet. It is a booster and Wi-Fi and GPS. So today we have the Winegard Gateway. It is a 4G LTE Wi-Fi router, and we are going to be installing this. I already have a Verizon account and an AT&T account. Our Verizon account is actually in an iPad right now, so it has data, or it has mobile and data. So I don't even know if that one's going to really work with this. But we're going to try it out anyway, since that one is the unlimited plan. The AT&T is currently in a router that sits behind our TV. That one is limited to 100 gigs a month. So I would prefer to have the Verizon account in there. We did go to AT&T this morning just because the gateway router actually has a full-size SIM card, and both SIM cards that I have are micro SIM cards. So you may have to go and get one of these little guys, which is a micro SIM card to SIM card adapter, and the guy in AT&T just gave it to me. So all right, with that said, let's take a look and see what we need to do to install this bad boy. An important aspect of this install is the Winegard 360 is already on the roof. So if that is the case, there's going to be a little bubble that they screw into the ceiling right below that unit, or somewhere inside your RV, that has the wires pre-run for the gateway. So look for a little bubble in the ceiling, and that should have the wires that you need. There's going to be 3 antenna wires, and then there's 2 power cords that you need to install. But they should be right behind that bubble. If they're not, you may have to fish them out a little bit. So I haven't even taken mine off yet, so hopefully they're there where they're supposed to be. It is a much easier install if the Winegard 360 is already on your roof. Okay, this is my Verizon SIM card that I'm going to be installing. It does come with an AT&T version. But this outer edge is an adapter. This middle part right here where you see like a chip, that is the micro SIM card actually inserted into the card. So that is what is going to be going into this gateway. It does take a full-size SIM card. My SIM card here, I'm going to install it in this little tray, and the chip needs to be facing out. And you push down and slide up and click it. So when you're done, that is what it looks like. It's actually clicked and locked up in place. If you want to get it out, you press back and then it comes up. All right, so real quick, I'm going to show you everything that comes in the box. You do have your gateway router. You have a wiring harness that comes along with it. This is the actual piece that mounts to your ceiling, and then the gateway router just slips on and allows you to take it off and put it on whenever you need to. And then you get a little bag of goodies that comes along with it, some wire nuts and things like that, and the screws to put it in. As you can see, the three cables are there, and the power cable is here, but there's no end to it, and neither side pulls. So what you end up having to do is cut this. All right, I'm cutting main. Okay, so something we realized, or we just found out, this loop is actually to the max fan, which is why it's looped, because what you're doing is you're essentially splicing it into the fan. This is actually a little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be. The videos that I watched actually just has it wired with some like wire nuts, like pushed off into the ceiling, not a full wire that's live. So make sure you have your power cut off. All right, now that I got everything wired in, this is the harness that's going to go to the Winegard Gateway. I've got power, I've got my antennas, my GPS and Wi-Fi and all that other mess. Next thing you have to do is you have to run the wires through this and actually mount this to your ceiling, like so, and then the router clips in, and that way you can take it on and off when you need to. We're at the point now where I have it mounted up. I have a signal. Everything looks like it's working as intended now, but I definitely have some learnings. One, make sure it's cut off, because even in an RV, even if it's running off 12 volt, there's still juice going through it because we're connected to shore power. So make sure you either flip the breaker at the pedestal or flip the breaker in your panel, because otherwise this is what happens. Blows. It wouldn't be a One Strange Adventure without something going on. Yeah, cutting myself and blowing a fuse. Thankfully, we have some of those laying around, so make sure you have spare fuses. Next learning. When you put a SIM card in there, so it comes with this SIM card, and it's automatically activated. So if you're just using that and you're going to connect to the Winegard Gateway data plan, which seems kind of pricey for the amount of data you actually get, and I'll put that right here on the screen for you. But if you're going to connect to that, you're good, you're golden, you're ready to go. However, if you are changing the SIM card out to a different plan, like I did, I actually added my Verizon plan to it, you have to go in and connect to the router itself on your computer, and then manually select 4G LTE, because it's by default, it's set on Wi-Fi. What that will do is it will prompt the gateway to actually look for a signal and use the SIM card that is installed in it. Okay, so once you get everything installed, you're on the computer, look for your network name, and that is listed right here on the front of your manual along with the password. Once you go in, you're able to actually update the settings, change the network name, change the network password, which I have done already. But that biggest learning was making sure you're going in and actually selecting 4G LTE. You hit select and it will start scanning for the 4G signal, and then it will tell you whether or not access denied or connected to network. On our AT&T data plan, it said access denied. I put my Verizon card in there and it was good to go. The other learning that I had was the wire that is looped down, that's actually the power cord for the Winegard, or it's not really for the Winegard, but you can tap into it. It goes to your max air fan. And so that's why there's just a loop instead of being the end of a wire like some of the other RVs have. Our data speeds on our phones right now for Verizon, the speed coming from the Winegard is about twice what it is on our phone right now through the Verizon network. I'm not saying that it's always going to be double, but what I am saying is, as of right now, we are getting faster download and upload speeds from the Winegard than we are through our phones, which is also on the Verizon network. All right, well, I think that about does it. If you're looking for a way to have internet access in your RV without spending $2,000 on a system that uses multiple SIM cards and all that other stuff, this is pretty cool, especially if your RV already has the Winegard 360 installed on the roof and the wires are already run for you. Another way you can actually mount this, you can mount this in the dome on the roof. I didn't want to do that because, knowing me setting something up, I would have to go back to it multiple times, and I did, and I didn't want to have to climb up on the roof to do it. So it is mounted to our ceiling inside, but this was a really good option. And looking forward to being able to use this as we work and as we do our schoolwork. I actually ordered this off of Amazon. So if you are interested in it, I have included links below. I have also added it to my Amazon store, which that link is below as well. You'll find a whole bunch of camping stuff, camping gear, things like that that we really love to use in our RV life. So look at the links below and you should be able to find everything you need. All right, well, I think that about does it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the little bell for us, it really does help. And until the next strange adventure, keep making your own.